So Theo, what was that you were saying about trying to be better in the game and trying to find things and trying to like it? I mean, at this point...
Well, I don't think Theo ever said anything about wanting to like it, just finding things to actually like.
Finding positive things.
The game should be the one entertaining me. It shouldn't be me doing all the work.
At least the gameplay is fun.
I'm starving.
We're
That's
getting
probably
another
gonna be
one.
the one pause.
Pedro, you're not whiny enough. I'm starving.
Okay.
I'm famished.
True.
I told you, just wait. I'm finishing it up right now.
How disgraceful! Toddlers have better manners than you two.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, you're doing a wonderful job as a straight man, Mariana.
You can't expect any more than that from them. Zack and Aaron are like school children.
See,
without their
Pedro,
own-
this is exactly what the situation that is represented. You are Tiara, I'm Mariana. And the game is
So you're so essentially you two are both part of the So basically you two are both cast members to have jiggle physics.
I don't want to touch that.
I don't want to see Tio's jiggle.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that aside, do you mean it in the sense that you're the complete straight man like Mariana and Pedro's the damsel like Tiara?
No, in a sense that Pedro is just rolling with it while I'm actually trying to change things for the better for this case.
Oh, so we just happened to be walking by. That's why I'm perfect to play Mariana then, I guess. Since that's also me.
Indeed, we certainly weren't drawn here by the smell.
Yeah, sure. They mean the smell of it. They mean the smell of Bauhaus's food. Come
The
on.
cooking, yeah.
Sure, you weren't. Sure, Tiara.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Kind of reminds me of me. I'm generally away from most people, but as soon as I smell food, I will just pop out the door.
So you're like me then.
My mom even said it. Of course you come downstairs.
Hey,
with this food.
less talky, more foody. Get it?
Yeah.
Less talk.
With the food.
This is not charming or funny at all.
Everyone just pipe down! Do none of you ever stop talking?
No, they don't.
You seem pretty content for someone who complains so much.
Not really.
Oh, fuck you, Arlie.
Well, it's not like he has a choice in the matter. He's kind of bonded to you.
And now you're here, huh? But I'm not content.
Me neither.
You sure about that?
Well, I guess it's nice to have a reason to cook. Especially after all the time I spent with someone who will forget to eat for days.
Huh, how
do you maintain those breasts with eating so little?
You're such a worrywart. Speaking of which, I feel like eating till I burst today.
Remember,
How
Teo.
does your metabolism...
Remember, Teo. Tsunaku lives in a world where the boobs work differently. Apparently, I don't know.
To be fair, eating doesn't always affect the mammary glands.
Anyway,
next game.
Medical lessons with Joker.
so Ethel can talk like a normal person, huh?
Indeed. I no longer have to translate for her.
So what are you still doing in the game then?
She's our fairy days.
She's essentially her mother.
Basically, yeah. Her mother figure.
Okay, I'm starting to see why this is 43 minutes long.
Yeah, I was actually super into that, though. Brilliant!
I don't know.
I get the feeling like they were.
What was that supposed to tell us?
I don't know.
It feels like they were starting a joke, but just ended it before the joke came.
Behind the joke.
I feel kind of funny.
Whoa, what the heck? You seem
Wow,
drunk.
I'm somewhat feeling funny.
Did you find a way to get drunk on the general atmosphere in the wine factory?
It's called low tolerance.
I don't know, but I feel pretty good.
Okay, I'm
Pedro, why don't you have me play Clara?
Why are you jealous, Dwibs?
And new background, geez.
Dwibs, you can't play all the
It's
drunk.
it's scaring me, Teo. It's scaring me.
The game is assaulting you.
Not me.
I can't be all the cats because Jova is now.
Hey there. So you learn how to greet people and shit.
It's all thanks to Pippin's strict training.
So we're actually having a
Yeah. Can we actually see that storyline of Pippin raising Apple? That sounds like a more interesting story.
No.
Yeah.
You'll get this story and like it.
Anyway, trust me, Dribs, you don't want to become
Pippin sure is
typecast.
amazing.
Yeah, I kind of wish he was the main character.
Who, Pippin?
It's hard to believe that when we met her before, she seemed more like a wild animal. How charming. Indeed. When I first met her, it was a desperate struggle. Strong as I am, I sensed keenly that my life was mere inches from danger.
Okay.
Please don't use the word keen in vain.
The power of sweetness was crucial. If Pippin hadn't had some sweet bean jelly hidden in his chest at that moment...
Hidden in his
excuse
chest?
me?
How can he hide it in his chest?
The black
Is he a
stuff.
kangaroo?
The black stuff is sweet. I like it.
Is Pippin... I thought Pippin was supposed to be like a bear or something, not a kangaroo.
Maybe it's a koala. Sweet bean jelly, huh? That's very difficult.
Alright, we couldn't find any stores near here selling it.
Like, seriously, he doesn't even have a pouch on his chest. Why not just say Soji had it on his person?
Indeed, which is why I made a point of carrying some with me that I'd found on a previous journey and treating it as a precious commodity. For some reason.
How
drunk today.
nice.
If you conserve jelly beans for too long, you know, it start to be tasting like shit.
No more black
I don't
stuff.
like jelly beans anyway.
But I want some.
Don't be selfish, Apple. It causes problems for others.
But I want my black stuff.
Wilt.
I don't know what that sound effect is supposed to be.
Let me see.
Wilt isn't even a sound effect. It's what a flower
No,
does when it dies.
No, I feel bad for her.
Let's see. Wilt is for a plant to become limp through heat, loss of water, or disease, or to droop.
It's not a sound effect.
Then why did they
Wilt is both a verb
Idea
and a
Factory?
noun.
I
What?
would if I could, but this is beyond my ability.
Idea.
they have-
No! I know, right? Idea Factory. I'm trying to understand you, Idea Factory. I really am. Go
Wait,
ahead.
guys, I think I may have found a definition that might work. As a
Oh.
verb used about object, it's also to lose strength, vigor, etc. So, I guess it means that she's slumping. There you go. I just solved the mystery as to
Thanks, Urban
why they might have
Dictionary.
used
Accepted.
Why did they use wilt?
I don't know, Jova.
Also,
I'm
guys,
trying to
It's
understand.
it's just like the ultimate warrior using scroll.
You know, I just realized, guys, we are to the point where we are now criticizing this game over a single word use.
Rumble, rumble, rumble.
My word, Ethel suddenly seems very motivated.
I'm trying to understand you, Idea Factory International. I really am, but you just don't add up.
Rumble.
Karen, your eyes are,
shaking the
Hey,
ground
Pedro.
around her, or does it mean that her stomach is growling?
Pedro, I don't
Yes,
think they
Tiff.
have any idea what they're doing.
Ah,
What an incredible
What a
idea.
story.
I had no idea she had such determination. So much, sorry.
I'll defeat Pippin's dad. I have to do my best. Basically, Pippin said that if you help us defeat my dad, you'll get your sweets, basically. Well now, this is promising. Very well. I'll be counting on you.
Wasn't there some whole you have to do this one-on-one with your father deal thing instead of hiring someone? To help with that?
Unfortunately, whoever wrote this skit seems to not be aware of that, Mr. Jova, so we'll not be discussing that in a moment.
Hey, isn't she gonna get super mad if that guy isn't actually made out of jelly?
Oh, so basically what Pippin told her was that his father was made out of black jelly.
Exactly.
If that happens, I'm counting on you to take responsibility and let her eat you.
Cannibalism. Why not?
Brilliant. Let's add that to the list.
Also, how much you want to bet that she's gonna mistake?
I hope
Pippin's
she'll let me
father-
off with a light nibbling. Yeah.
How much you want to bet that Ethel is gonna mistake Pippin's father's blood as the black jelly?
Fancy.
Especially if they paint it black, like a lot of anime seem to want to do.
By the way, why is Ethel wearing that? For someone who is used to say kill all the time, it's amazing how a pair of ears can make her look so fancy.
It's a stylistic outfit. What?
Oh yes, that's another part of her training. I figured it'd be better for her to look fancy rather than savage. I guess that makes sense.
No.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure her older outfit looks fancier than this one. I mean, this one's going for more a cute thing than a fancy thing.
And I thought it might help her look at things from a different perspective for some reason. Fancy. Well, she likes it, I guess, so.
Okay.
Yes, Ethel, you're very fancy and adorable.
Debatable.
Relatable.
Whatever.
I mean, it's not the worst. It's not the worst, but
You're interesting. And not in a good way.
Again, like I've said before, I don't really care for Tsunako's character designs. It's just bland anime tropes meshed together.
Maybe I'd care more about the designs if, we actually got to see the designs move around a bit, do stuff. Because, again, essentially, when you have characters this still or whatnot, there's a big concept art in a way. Well, okay, I guess to be fair, there are other games that do the still sprites here, but normally they aren't console games this big.
Huh? What? Am I supposed to say something?
I mean, I guess to be fair, Shantae does
Fancy.
stuff like this, but those are sprites more so from the get-go.
Please stop saying fancy.
Basically, we're doing you need to praise the girl's looks gag. You look really fancy and nice. Fancy.
Fancy.
It's spreading.
Fancy meeting you,
What
dear
is
boy.
the joke? What?
This is almost turning into like a one of us kind of thing.
Because Spencer, I guess.
What the hell is going? Thank you.
and then I guess
Oh,
it's not
that was it.
answered the other.
Let's make something confusing. Admit that it's confusing, and that equals a joke.
Somehow.
I haven't actually said thank you yet, have I? Seriously, thanks for helping us out before. It was nothing. Huh? Are you embarrassed? Wow, you can actually be kind of cute sometimes. Sometimes, though. Kill!
Boys, it's the truth.
Alright, we've already talked to Mariana, so let's save.
Let's save the game.
Mm-hmm.
There we
Time
go.
to ship again.
Yes.
I think that last line was like, pretend this game is good and save it.
Yes.
Alright, let's talk to Tiara. Go ahead, Chiri.
I don't know why, but I can't bring myself.
Oh yeah, we already read this. Never mind. Something wrong, Aaron?
Erin, sorry.
What's wrong? Is something troubling you? Did you have another fight with Fang?
What is this, like the 10th one now?
Oh boy, it's the Dwib show.
No, that's not it. Wait, do you guys really think Fang and me fight that often?
Oh my gosh.
Let me guess. We're doing the love and hate. There's a fine line between love and hate thing. Shiri?
Yes, of course.
Hey, what I miss?
Nothing.
Nothing
Only
really.
speakering.
That joke aside, what did I miss?
Nothing really.
Being serious.
We're actually being serious, Jova.
You do, don't
Characters
you?
say anything? Like,
Nothing of importance.
Not at all, and it doesn't matter right now. I'm thinking about that one.
We're not joking this time, Jova. Like there are just more jokes that aren't really going anywhere.
Yeah.
so the jokes are pretty much stop in the middle, so they don't even count as jokes.
Mm-hmm.
The Sectarian Club must have a reason for getting everyone to drink their wine, right?
Didn't we already establish that they're doing this obviously just for control, to control anyone who would resist them?
Indeed. The wine must be connected to their greater objective somehow, beyond a mere source of income.
Control.
And why are they charging so much for it? I was thinking there are much more people to drink if it was cheap.
That's actually a good point. Yeah.
That's a good point. But still, though, seriously, isn't it obvious that their main idea has been control, like,
Which
did
is
the whole...
weird. It's a similar plot to the mineral powder in Eternal Sonata, but it's just wrong because exactly the whole they're charging for it.
If it costs to get everyone to drink it, then there's no reason to make it so expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are the characters pointing out why the plot is stupid?
Maybe there's a story reason for this.
Well, wine is very.
Unfortunately, Jova, there isn't. I guess the fact that they're charging so much for the wine is meant to be some kind of joke, but I don't know.
Is this like a secret meta commentary on how much Square charges for ports of their old games or something?
No, Dwibs. You just figure it
That would
out.
be clever.
You just figure it out, Whips. This is Compile Heart commentating on their own greedy business practices of charging £60 at release for this game, which is a game that clearly should have been £30 at release.
You know, this brings me to a new theory I have here. Okay. So we've established that definitely people on this dev team are pretty messed up story-wise, but part of me wonders if the sane members, since apparently a lot of people got saddled with this, how much you wanna bet some of the writing here, you know, the one that calls out the problems, is written by people who pretty much noted the issues with the story and pretty much implanted it to call out stuff from the characters. Because, again, look, when the characters actually call out problems, the writing feels so different from how it normally is, to the point where I have to wonder, maybe people were rebelling from within. Because the more we
Or
play this
maybe
game,
it was actually the localization team.
Maybe.
Sure.
My point is like, well, it definitely feels like
Stop, they're talking.
yeah, the way this game is going, it feels like the dev team, or or at least the writers, were at each other's throats with how much characters tend to differ. It's like the better scenes, those feels like characters who thought, maybe we should actually try and adapt them, but then the bad scenes that negate that are like those saying, no, we're gonna do it this way. Like, that's literally how this is feeling, as if it's a civil war between the writers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I spotted
And to
some
those
last
same
time I
people,
watched
I
something
do
yesterday.
applaud you, and I thank you for your services. I apologize that you had to be saddled with this game, but had to pay the bills. To anyone who managed to get anything good in this game, I approve of you and salute you.
Anyway,
I always have to mention it to everyone, but then I forgot. Sorry.
Kara, did we actually talk over something important?
no. Essentially, Karin said, they sell a cheaper version of the same wine in the grocery store.
Oh, that's right. We're still on that quest. I mean, that dialogue
Quest.
bit. That's actually a good point. We've done more of a
The
side
quest for
chat
good
bit.
writing.
That's the thing. We've done more of this talking than actual questing, that at this point these feel like side quests in a way.
It's really easy. Anyway, that's the thing, Jova. Again, some of these skits are so pointless and so short, but why do you even have them? Some of them like 3 lines of dialogue.
And yet it's
I
clear
have
that the
no
skits are where
idea.
more effort was put in, because again, this is where we get to see the best looking sprites. This is where the sprites do more stuff, whereas
Also,
the gameplay
it's
doesn't really get
so-
much focus.
Also, it's so ironic that this game is near its end, at least for this run, and is actively asking me to actually consume alcohol. Because I'm so tempted, game. You have no idea.
So maybe this game is testing you. Oh my god, a psychological effect. There we go.
It's just like the whole publicity thing all over again.
First they offer you something. Are you there, dudes?
He's burped.
First they offer you something expensive. Then comes the cheap offer.
I guess, sure.
Oh, that way, even if the second offer is actually quite high, it feels much lower compared to the ridiculous first offer.
I think a lot of
actually-
middle-aged women fall for that.
That's actually a good point. That is a thing in real life. Huh.
Yeah. The law of demand and all.
So
So
they know they
basi-
can afford the expensive wine, but they're tempted to buy the same brand at the more affordable price.
That actually makes sense business-wise. Exactly. Which means the Superior Club can charge more and reap higher profits than if they simply sold the cheap wine on its own. Okay, this goes into my theory again. This is obviously written by the writers who actually want this story to not sink. Well, and are aware of how
Oh,
bad
sorry,
it
but
is.
if that's easy, why don't they just do it?
It doesn't guarantee increased sales by itself, but once you factor in the addictive chemical, you have a very dangerous product on your hands. I love that they're giving Soji more to talk about, but shouldn't Harley be talking about how the addictive chemical product is there?
And we should look into that cheap wine. If it's dangerous, I'll use my influence to try and convince people to stop drinking it.
Oh my god, they're actually doing something, and they actually explained a plot point. Huh.
Don't get used to this, though.
Yeah.
Well, I know by now never to get used to it, but again, this particular route feels like the most effort, or again, maybe the most people struggling to get effort in.
Don't show me the
This
more
doesn't-
apple. Ha 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 ha.
Hey, what's your attitude?
Yo, what? Put pressure on that. Well, wait, will that work now that Dofa doesn't have any influence in this world?
That's actually a good point. Yeah. So, explain, Mariana.
Anytime now. Anytime now.
Any minute now.
Press X, you moron.
Hello, Portugal?
I think maybe I got distracted in this point, I don't know.
Pedro.exe had stopped working. The bullshit of his game was too much.
I guess, probably. Sorry.
Oh, thank goodness. It would be more like asking, but many people still owe a debt to Dorpa, so it could have some effect. It's not a full solution, though.
Well, there you go. They admit it's not a full solution, but it's a start. Again. Why couldn't we have had more moments like this?
Because...
Hey, the
Potatoes.
trumpet theme isn't even playing.
Oh,
during this one.
don't tell me I missed one of the only decent moments.
Yeah, sorry, Dwibs, you kind of have. Basically, they actually explained the whole price of wine thing, and it actually makes sense business-wise, and Mariana's formulating a plan to try and sway influence, and they admit
Wow,
it's not a good solution.
What's he gonna do? Buy the company and purposely bankrupt it or something?
I was so impressed, I bought the company.
Basically, some people still owe some debts to Dorfa. She admits it's not a full solution, but it's a start. Wow, so you missed out on
or even better, take him to court and take him to court so many times or go bankrupt due to legal fees.
Considering the justice...
Hold on, go ahead, Tim.
society.
You're going to the city Podin, then? It's a system of caves, so naturally it's very dark.
We need a lantern, don't we, to see.
I heard plenty of stories of running into monsters without warning. Please be as careful as you can.
Brilliant.
Yes, got it.
Okay, everybody. This is where... this is the point where... the Siege Over, for all that good that you just mentioned, this is the part...
There's always going to be some bad to balance the part out, isn't there?
Not just that, this is where they completely rape Lola's character in the ass. I'm figurative. Don't worry, Shiro. I mean figuratively speaking. Harley is not involved. Don't worry.
I think Harley did that figuratively.
I'm sorry. I always assume that people know that I'm speaking figuratively, but it's this game, so I need to be careful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we understand, but it is.
Please understand.
I know. It's this game. It's this game, so I don't blame you for thinking I was speaking
So,
literally.
is this another one of those side quests with those giant swords?
Very good too.
Yay.
No, yes, we heard that you could give us Furies in exchange for helping you.
Well, they have dialogue, so I figured I'd show them.
Yeah, I have no problems with that.
They're short anyway, so.
Yeah, okay, got it. Don't worry, you'll get your reward.
Alright, so what task do you want us to do? This fairy is starting to piss me off.
Even though he's promised you'll get your reward after doing your
like
quest.
seriously, what?
That's
What?
not even. He's not even a jerk by.
What is your
JRPG
major malfunction?
standards.
So, what would you like us to do?
Well, see, I'm a little worried about my darling goddess. I
what?
haven't seen her in quite. Wait, so is this very like boyfriend with the goddess?
No, remember Dova, remember that story that Ollie told about the vile god and the goddess being an angry couple.
So you're saying that he is the master/mistress to the goddess?
I don't know.
So I want to try and reconnect with my darling goddess. Can you help with that? So a side quest where essentially this is someone attached to the MacGuffin, the goddess.
Basically, here's the problem. A lot of times, they always tell you what you're supposed to do in a vague way, and you're supposed to just, decipher from there. What he actually means by that is we need to upgrade our revival rank. What is the revival rank? Every time we remove a sword from the vile god and goddess statues, we increase our rank. So we're supposed to increase our revival rank to rank A to complete the side quest.
So basically, this one side quest is the only reason to remove swords from the goddess.
No. That XP and getting the alternate routes, Joe. Let's not forget that.
Well, Pedro. Remember, with the alternate routes, that's removing swords from the vile god, not the goddess.
True.
So, like I said, this is essentially the only reason to bother removing swords from the goddess.
Yeah, basically.
Whatever it is, I'm counting on you. And does it even matter who you remove swords
I
from?
already have it, so instant solution.
Might as well.
You got it. I was able to reconnect with my darling goddess thanks to you. I really appreciate it.
This is actually one thing that I really like too. One thing I also did quite a few of these in Automata. I feel very satisfied whenever I find a side quest and I immediately solve it immediately by just by already having.
I also shown that in the first Nier.
So, question: isn't the goddess still asleep though? How did he connect with her?
I don't know, Joe. I've long stopped trying to understand this.
Whatever, but anyway.
Probably some beefer.
Does it even matter if you remove swords from the goddess or the vile god, or does like any sword count towards that revival rank?
Any sword. Well, here's how it works, Jova. If you remove a C rank sword, your rank raises to C. If you remove a rank B sword, it raises to B. Basically, your rank. No, it's not random, Jova. Your rank is always the same as the highest rank sword you've removed so far. As in, if you remove the only way to get an S rank is to remove an S rank sword. You get my drift?
So yeah, but basically, it's like you work your way up, like go.
No, you don't have to work your way up. You don't have to work your way up. You can immediately go for the S rank if you want.
So,
but you need to have an S rank Fury for that, obviously.
I don't remember ever coming here before.
Even still, though, that sounds a little broken, but
It's not actually. It's fine. Trust me.
Okay.
Reborn. I know I mentioned this before.
So yeah, guys, you might be wondering why are we in the Krivisa Cave again? This is not the Krivisa Cave. This is the Siddiqwooden. The problem is that the developers could not come up with new assets, so we're just reusing the exact same assets from the Krivisa Cave. Apologies.
This again? Could you please?
Well, this seems to be a different music.
I don't have any memory of that. Sorry.
Yeah, come on.
Well, I guess there's no point thinking about it now. Let's just go get that Fury.
That's this game in a nutshell. There's no point in thinking about what we're actually doing. Moving on.
Well, different theme, like Tia said.
Okay, here we go.
Impossible.
I hate this. I hate this. Okay, Teo. I have good news and I have bad news.
We have no choice.
Also, boob jiggle physics for Harley.
To be fair, you did kind of direct distort them that time.
I was trying to run away from the battle, but Teo.
Yes.
I have good news and I have bad news. Which one do you want first?
The bad one might as well.
The bad ones. They're about to completely... Okay, you know how we've been flanderizing Lola beyond recognition in this route? Now they're...
yeah, you just told us that we're about to get even worse.
Now it's gonna... Now they're going to flat out have her do something that... Well, you already called it, as you know. Like, now we're gonna get to the part where we reveal that she's the one who's been selling information to the enemy. So yeah, thanks for trying to make my favorite character in this game a villain. Thanks, Compile Heart.
So what's...
Wait, hold on. I thought you said that the deal was that they made her stupid, not a villain.
That's just the problem, Jova. They did both. Like, we have a good character here. We can't have that. We have to ruin her somehow.
I'll wait to see how it goes in context. But what's the good news?
The good news is that Bernard will not die in this route.
Yay.
So, and we're going to see specifically how that turns out, because he's also in here for some reason. Basically, he became a hermit, and he chose this particular because if I want to be left alone, I put myself in a cave full of monsters. That makes sense, doesn't it, Tail?
Well, it does make sense. I mean, nobody in their right mind would want to come here.
Isn't that what Caius does in Lightning Returns, kinda?
Well, yeah, and he's all the more stupid for it as well.
Well, I mean, would anyone in their right mind come to a place infested with monsters?
I don't understand the way JRPG villains' minds work.
Well, they're villains.
Well, I mean, to be fair, even heroes make that thing of, going to the most remote island whatsoever and hoping to not be found there. It makes sense. The territory is rugged and whatnot, so of course people have a hard time finding them.
Also, so much about the place being dark. I can pretty much see everything.
Yeah, like you'd think maybe there would be a lantern quest or something.
Jova, that would imply actually. I mean, if Dark Souls 2 at release could not handle that, what do you think this game has any chance to?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they'd have tried and just sunk like Time and Eternity did with its old hand-drawn animation thing.
We saved the hand-drawn animation budget for the opening.
Let's do this.
You know, at least with Time and Eternity, they committed to at least trying to have a hand-drawn animation being throughout.
It's too bad they didn't have the budget for it. It's kind of like one of the major problems also that happens with Spirit Riding 3, where they picked an art style that doesn't fit their budget at all. Anyway,
Here we go.
here we go.
Found it! This has got to be the Fury, right?
Well, yeah, it looks like every other Fury we've found.
Huh? Dwarfus Lapdog!
Director Bernard!
Hi, Bernard.
It's been a while, Mom.
Remember, Theo, he made a deal with
I haven't seen you
Junon.
since Dorfa
Yeah.
collapsed.
What are you doing here? Are you another Septarian assassin?
I didn't
Not a
want
lot.
to raise my sword ever again.
But
If it was up to me, Sanguina and I would have fallen into pleasant obscurity together.
Master.
I don't even want
Whims
to
of
call them
fate
that.
have not yet released me. All I can do now is try to live as long as I can. Live with Sanguina. In this battle-torn world.
There's a war going on?
Not just that,
Perhaps
that's
I said a
pretty
little too
weak as a
much.
motivation.
Sanguina!
Maybe. Again, my theory would be that
Well,
you
at least
know...
we fight him.
Suppress. Annihilate.
Wait, suppress? Shouldn't you do the opposite of suppressing? But whatever.
Yeah, suppressing pretty much is a means of putting down something.
Yeah.
Let's do this!
Alright.
But
Basically,
at least it seems you can win this battle, can you?
yeah, you're supposed to win this battle, yes.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Makes sense.
Well, when the game doesn't want you to win, it makes it very clear, as you remember.
Yeah. Well, no, it wasn't very clear because of the damage you've dealt.
Besides, he's a hermit, he's had a lack of exercise, he's obviously weaker than normal. Of course we're gonna beat him. Unless this is all a trap.
It's a trap.
Ready, color?
Yeah.
Alright, Cholera the hell I am. Go ahead. Oh, never mind. Actually, I think I'm gonna use Thunderstorm. Yeah, Thunderstorm.
Execute, really?
No, it's Execute. It's because I skipped the animation. It also skipped the line.
Oh, okay.
However, this ends now!
Okay, he's just gonna use the charge attack, yeah. Oh, actually use it already.
Accumulate
Wait,
5,000
kill them
points of HP damage from battling.
He spams the special attack, how nice.
It's okay, Theo. I'm at 999. I'm way over leveled for this.
I'm pretty sure one of your party member... Oh wait, no, they're still alive.
No, Joe, trust me. When you're at level 999, you can pretty much blow through this entire game.
I guess to be fair, that's kind of to be expected of almost
That's
any
one thing.
human hero at
That's
the
one.
top level.
That's one thing I never cared for. This when JRPGs allow us to go to level 9. But level 999 basically renders the gameplay completely useless. I don't think it's a good idea to allow the player to get that strong.
To be fair, didn't you, how did you match yourself out anyway? Didn't you...
There's an awesome grinding trick you can use in one of the PSN dungeons that makes it really easy to raise your levels.
I guess, to be fair, that's more so about of your choice about how much you want to grind here and there. I mean, to be fair, it's kind of run-of-the-mill that, you know, when you max yourself out, almost everything becomes a cakewalk.
God damn it, game.
Like your victory pose 10 times.
Also, speak for you, Pedro, I really enjoy being power playing.
Yeah.
Master!
And again, Pedro, I mean, well, if you didn't want to be that over-leveled, you...
So wait,
could've just
he's...
not
No, you
over-leveled.
told me that he doesn't die here.
Hold on.
Die with me.
I don't mind. A fencer and their fury are one, right? Wherever you go, I'll be right behind you.
No,
Sanguina.
It's like he's a wrestling manager who, I mean...
But we barely know anything about Sanguina.
yeah, this moment is not... It's the right step, but it's not...
Oh yeah, never mind. I think he die. Like this plot is so forgettable that I might have just
He
forgotten.
dies.
Yeah, sorry
It's
too.
like...
Didn't he already
At
die
least,
once in our
at
old
least we
world?
actually had to fight
Had a
him
second
here.
I swear, for some reason I was under the impression that he didn't die in this one. I guess it's because it's just so
And he was different from
unimpressive, like with the
He had no
impaling
greed, no ambition.
death.
He did not
Anyway,
suffer from the
it's like Bernard is a wrestler who constantly gets jobbed, and his fairy is his manager who sticks by him no matter what.
Then Fang pulls away the hood. It's me, Austin!
Oh, son of a bitch.
And Apollonius. Now him. I thought this
Funny enough, I actually got the WWE Network recently.
Bang! Galdo's not dead!
What matters now, I would say, is that once again, a member of
Who
the
voices
Factory
Soji
Club knew
again?
exactly
I don't
where to
remember.
find us.
I don't think it's pure British, but
Maybe he was just waiting for us this whole time.
I don't give
Whether
two
he was
shits
waiting
about
for us
Bernard. Why are we
or it was
going
a
on about him as though he was that
My point
important?
is that he
I guess he's
was
got to actually
here.
contribute this route around.
Well, right now we're just wondering how he
Exactly
knew
have
we
you
were
been getting
here.
Your information.
Hey, come on!
I hate to make such an accusation.
Yes.
Do you deny?
of course
that you're
it's
a
the butler who
Sectarian
comes up
club
with the
spy?
smart.
Dun dun
idea.
dun.
Now just hold on a second.
Didn't I once
That's a hell of a
see
leap
a
to make.
show pull that
Sure, she
pull
might
that
be
thing?
greedy.
Well, I think that was the
Sure, she
Avengers.
loves money more than anything else in the world.
No,
I
I
mean
swear
the
it was
British
something.
She's not
Avengers.
the kind
I
of
meant
person who
a
would sell
TV
out her
show,
friends.
like an anime
I
or
can
something. I
personally
don't
attest
know.
to that.
Well,
Oh.
the first Mission Impossible movie as well.
I love how Fang himself is saying that it would be incredibly out of character for Lola.
Wrong thing.
You're so wrong now. The writers completely
What do you
forgot the
mean
kind
I'm
of character
wrong?
I am, so they decided to turn me into a bad guy for some reason.
Right.
To be fair, this is a different timeline, so I guess it makes
That's
sense.
no,
that
that's
the
also the
personality's
problem,
different.
Jova. The real Lola will have lied her way out of this.
True, yeah. And the only reason this stands is because...
Really, this deserves a steal.
Oh, wait. Let me guess. Originally, she just cared for money, but... Hold on, let me finish this. So, originally, she just cared for money, but now she cares for us, so she's sorry.
My word.
Am I
Well,
right?
We can't do anything about it now. Let us return to the inn and
Can we
face our
just
future.
can we
Sorry, Mariana, we actually need to do something right now about this.
shouldn't we just
See.
don't we have to toss her out the
Director
team?
Bernard.
Who the hell? Oh, it's what's her name?
Jackie.
He was
Chuck.
unworthy,
Jackie's
I
done
think.
jack shit so
In the
far.
old
Yeah,
world,
wasn't
his
Jackie
ambition
supposed
was
to
his
be the
undoing,
spy originally that
despite
Dweeb's
his
called?
considerable skill as
That's
a
actually a good
dancer.
point. Why couldn't we have Shiaki be the spy?
Conversely,
Well,
in this world
well,
in
that's the
which
thing. I mean,
vile
well,
god
you said
perished,
Dweebs was right about her being
He
the
let his
spy,
heart
yet
become
I don't
too
think we
gentle.
really got anything about
he
her
was not
being
up
the
to
spy.
task.
Well, she is a spy. She
Those
said
who
she doesn't
cannot
do
resist their
anything.
fates are doomed to an idle death.
Anyway. So was I right though that basically it's a case of, you know, originally Lola was working for them for money, but now that she's gotten to know the party members, she cares now?
And yet,
Basically, they just forgive her immediately. Which basically,
Pedro. Am I right though? Am I right though that originally she was just doing it for money, but now she cares for them, and that's why?
yeah. Well, obviously, Joe, but this game is so blatantly obvious.
Predictable.
Yeah.
Lord Sherman.
I mean, she sees what she's doing is wrong, and I'm not saying it's good writing or anything, but I don't really.
Oh,
find
there
it
we go, Jova. It's not her
sister?
sister, but she reminds
She was a
me of.
beautiful
Reminds
person.
him of.
So
all
I
I
was
wanted was for her to
okay.
live
So
on
I
in
wasn't
her
right
kingdom.
about her being his sister,
I
but
was
she might
prepared
as
to
well
ignore
have been
reality.
his sister.
If it meant my sister could live in a world of perfect beauty. But she witnessed the ugliness
Well,
of
at
the world.
least he's not a complete
She went to a
sociopath.
place
Eh?
I could not follow.
Yeah, actually, that's a weird thing. Even though he's supposedly in charge of his
No matter
society,
how
he
hard I wished
doesn't
for a
seem
pure
as
world,
vile as
the world's
before.
impurities never went
How
away.
weird. Anyway,
Even understanding this
I
truth,
guess I just don't see it as really ruining Lola because, yeah, okay, she was a spy,
not
but
enough?
she did it for money. That's Lola, and
do
she did it
nothing to
before
help
she
you,
knew
Lord
them,
Sherman?
so
It's
You
the
know,
way things are handled more than the fact itself. So.
that I can agree with. It's just, I don't really see it as them ruining Lola because, well, it's not like she betrayed
My problem,
us
Joe,
in the
is
end.
that they immediately forgive her without even thinking twice. So what was even the point of this?
Oh, I definitely get hating that, but I really...
Yeah, I mean, at
I'll
least
type you something privately.
at least when Mission Impossible did it, though, they at least you know, it at least developed from there. Yeah, they just. I mean, who they did it with was stupid, but at least they followed through on it. But
Oh, wait,
here,
hold on. Are they calling around on it
Wait,
now?
so Lola, you knew all along? You knew about Galdo and Polonius, and when we were trapped in that
True,
wine cellar,
but
you
honestly,
knew.
too, I thought with Alvin it made a
Not
bit
only
more
did
sense
you
with his
know,
character.
but you helped
Alvin
make
was
sure
never
we fell
exactly
into the trap.
the nicest guy of the bunch at all.
Told me the wine factory was wired up like that.
Oh, interesting.
You know how they throw away
But yeah, like I was saying, it's just one of those things like, let me answer too, though.
Okay.
Another thing too is that Alvin's thing at the
Maybe
very.
you should keep that to text since you
That's
know.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Whatever we're talking about, it at the very least move the plot forward. At least this, you could literally remove the subplot from the game and nothing would be lost. It's just a waste of time.
Yeah, that I definitely agree with. I'm just not seeing the whole thing about them ruining Lola because, well, again, it's more a time waster than ruining the character. I mean, she's still Lola, and it's just the Subterian Justice Society got to her first. Whatever, she's good now.
Well, Shiro, since you seem to like the character, what do you think of her, of this situation?
She's burped still.
Oh, okay.
It's a good thing she's burned, that way she doesn't have to witness this as well.
When we found out they were drugging the wine, all I could see were the faces of my past customers. I thought, what have I done?
What have I
I
done?
always fight my hardest when I'm with
What I've done. Cutting my veins.
Hey, I like that song.
Sorry,
Well,
Joe.
it was the best ending song out of the trans.
Didn't they use it also in that movie, like Solaris was called?
I don't know.
So, Lola actually realizes the transgression she's done selling information to her customers.
Well, I'd say I'd agree with Pedro, but the thing is ended way too quickly. Like,
It happens. We immediately discard it, and it has zero impact on the characters and the story. There is no reason for this. There is no reason for this subplot to even exist. It's like the writers thought, oh, that's right. Lola's not doing anything in this story. Let's have her be a spy for the Subterranean Club for some reason. If you want that, at the very least, have that actually move the plot forward in some way. But no, again, it's a complete waste of writing.
The one thing it manages to do is actually show that Lola actually does have a caring side, because she does mention that, she realized, oh crap, my customers are gonna see Bleach for this because I sold them out here and there. Because, that actually is in character for Lola, because she's greedy, but she's never seemed greedy to the point where she would, sacrifice someone else. So that is a nice character spot. The problem is that, well, it's more so done in retrospect. I mean, I can see what they were trying to do here, but I definitely agree that it was handled way too quickly. I mean, the writing there is definitely on the wall, and it's nice that you actually have her regret it, and you show that she now has a purpose, to actually try and do good by her customers. That's good, that's fine, but yeah, it could have been better executed. That said, I'd actually say it's not ruining her character, if anything, the opposite. Not saying that, it's a good thing overall, just that at least they were trying to do something productive with her character as opposed to making her the pratfall to Harley like in the Vile God route.
Harley, did you finish making that antidote?
Anyway, okay.
These anime power up.
Basically, let me basically sum up what's going on. Basically, they're all, oh, that's okay. We're all friends, and we're
Hey, wait a minute. We're doing
oh god, this joke. Okay, basically she stuffed the antidote in her chest, because the separate temperature of her skin is perfect to catalyze the reaction. Basically, yet another excuse to use the boob jokes.
Well, Pedro, she just outright and said that her chest is nice and soft, so there you go.
Okay, Sherman. Now
Jova,
it's your turn to walk into a trap.
Yeah, we're blatant with that. Wow.
You can count on me.
Yay, you have been redeemed in the span of a few minutes. Congratulations!
Basically, here's what's here's the basic gist of what's going on. Basically, they all forgive her because we're all friends in the power of friendship, and we're very FNCRF heroes.
Not
and the
necessarily.
thing, and what happens? Hold on, Joe. I get what you mean. Let me just finish though.
It's not really what. They don't necessarily forgive her because of friendship or anything. In fact, if anything, technically, and look, I hate that I have to be specific, but technically, she has to explain her case to them first before they fully forgive her, and she does reveal that she was sorry for it. Again, I'm not saying that it's written well, but it's definitely not the whole we're just friends thing, sum up thing. Because, yes, there is some thought to it. I mean, see, I just don't like it because it's a waste of what could have been a good character element. I mean, well, all the ingredients are there. They even have her reflect on it. But like you said, it's just too dang quick.
Anyway, yeah, basically, turns out Harley finally finished making the antidote for Apollonius, but it needs to be catalyzed, so we're going to put the antidote in her boobs, so that, because basically, here's what happened.
So Lola sucks now.
Yeah, Lola sucks now. Don't we all love that?
Not really, honestly. I mean, Lola's just the same. It's just, oh, she was a traitor, but she regrets it now.
But there was no hints to that whatsoever.
She got better.
Yeah, I mean, but literally, though, that's it. She was a spy, and she even regrets it, and now she has a motivation. I mean, again...
Because you're my friends.
As far as I'm concerned...
Because we're Fencer heroes, Shuri.
As far as I'm concerned, yes, that was badly executed, but it's not like she was an outright villain. I mean, heck, she even mentions that she regrets it when she sees the bad effects. And I'm not defending this by any means, I'm just saying... I wouldn't say Lola sucks, it's just... Wow, there's a new plot detail.
Anyway,
Okay.
Shuri, basically, here's what happened. Harley finally finished concocting the antidote for Apollonius. The problem is, we need to catalyze it, and she's going to put the antidote in her boobs because the temperature of her skin is good. It's just perfect to catalyze the boobs. Sorry, but catalyze the antidote. So obviously, this is yet another excuse to have boob jokes and fan service.
Sure. The script literally has her say, plus my chest is nice and soft, too.
Yeah.
I'm sure it is.
I don't even want to bother.
So in the next part we cure
you're
Apollonius.
You're making Dead or Alive seem restrained and dignified, game. Seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody, see you for the next part where we go to the real wine factory, because according to Lola, apparently the other wine factory we went to was the fake one, and therefore a waste of our fucking time. So
well,
now we're going.
Not so much a fake wine factory, but a wine factory that was rigged to explode. Since we actually did get the wine we were looking for in that.
But it's okay, guys. But it's okay, since this is the real wine factory for the reals. This means that now the developers get to reuse the assets from the previous wine factory, so that we can get to do that dungeon again, where the layout is pretty much almost the same.
See ya, rest.
See ya.
Oh, lovely.
See ya.
See you then.